Today, games like Doors, Shawarma Stand, and Dandy's World dominate the website in terms of horror. However, when you look back to old games, it makes you wonder, how did we reach polished graphics, good sound design, and good gameplay from whatever this thing is? To answer this, we must travel inside the early Roblox ages and see how horror changed and evolved over time. In the early 2010s, there were no horror games, literally just maps. They were a bit spooky, and that's about it. Except for this one. Keep your eye on this one. They were for sure a contrast from the generic sword fighting and zombie games, however not at all impressing or inspiring. Maybe we travelled too far back. Let us explore the mid-2010s, and oh, would you look at that? Jackpot, we've discovered a new specimen known as the Roblox horror story games. These were the most popular by far, as they appeared to have evolved from those complete dogshit bullying stories that emerged at around the same time. Bloody Mary the Awakening is a perfect example of this. A game dedicated to exploring the mystery of Bloody Mary, which is a popular creepypasta of the time. And to be fair, this of course boomed as a horror game, being extremely popular, and to be fair, it was quite spooky. The sound design still holds up and the story is quite good for the limited resources available. I mean, it's no Doors, but it was made years ago. Another genre is the escape games. These games are where you had to try and hide or escape an area from a monster that will constantly harass you and tickle your balls. In particular, a big one was called Escape Before It Arrives. Very intuitive title. You have to, well, it's in the title. And it was made by Haunted USA, the guy who made Bloody Mary. This is a solid game, but the monsters are definitely now goofy and stupid looking. Here we are already. Wow. Survive the Killers and Area 51 game is here, and this one was huge and goofy. Everybody has played this game, or at least a version. They were everywhere from 2015 to 2020. Very fun and quite rewarding when you finally trap a bastard behind a door. Definitely a step in the right direction for horror. A couple years later, a recycled game called Build to Survive Monsters was released, and come on, everybody has played these. As a kid, these were the most difficult things ever. However, as an adult, not so much. These were revolutionary and also very popular for the time, hundreds or thousands of players. And of course, how can we forget one of the most famous of all, Build to Survive EDP44, the Scary Elevator. This once again a great game, inspired by the random elevator, a front page staple for a few years. Of course, there are like 100 of these because, well, success is a sought after thing. Of course these games are silly. I mean, look at Sonic.exe, he's about to rape me, and all I see is his stupid goofy ass face. Brilliant. Game of the year. Now the worst day in history came when some dumbass ate a pangolin and bat soup, genius, and forced a bunch of teenagers indoors all day for 2 years. We now have a generation of isolated, horny psychopaths. Well done, Wu Cheng. These 2020 games were a downgrade. They tried too hard to be scary, as I mean the materials just weren't available. I mean, this game is labelled as the scariest on Roblox. No way. I mean, there was Lightbulb, and this was a fairly good game. I liked it. What else? Build to Survive EDP44 Piggy. And my god, it's gotten worse. I can't explain how much I hate this game. Fucking cancer. However, you cannot deny its impact. It made the genre popular. Copies emerged. Spider, Bear, Teddy, and other copies. So respect, I guess. Oh, remember the Mimic? This game was actually decent, and to be fair, not terribly made. Sure, it takes around 5 hours to finish the whole story, and around 2 to reach anything meaningfully cool, like this centipede woman creature thing. However, there are of course a fair share of eyesores to get through. This for sure enhanced the story horror games, and you can see how Bloody Mary has paved the way for some of these. Paranormica, great. This Brian looks for cupcakes, and this one makes shit games. The Intruder, basically FNAF. Sorry FNAF, I was not familiar with your game. Forgotten Memories looks and sounds amazing. This game graphically sits every other horror game down its ass. Such a beautiful game. Though annoying. I mean, Freddy wants to touch me. I respawn and big surprise, he's inside my ass again. 2022 is probably the biggest year for Roblox horror. I mean, we have the greatest horror game that Roblox has released in terms of impact. Come on, we have Doors here. Unique, never seen gameplay. Cool monster design and concepts. Though I must say, Edward or whatever, you need to go fuck yourself. Rainbow Friends? This was weirdly famous and released loads of stupid ass merch in my local stores inside Cornwall. Great stuff. Good day to you too, canonically gropey monster. It for sure popularised many mascot horror games on Roblox, including this tutu kettle wearing one. And from this point on leads to modern day Roblox horror games. I think a new gen big game is definitely that Turkish shawarma one. It has a lot of players and potential. Unique gameplay, stupid looking monsters and annoying gimmicks. This is a game to call home for modern Roblox horror. Roblox horror has changed forever. The most impactful horror game was for sure Doors. You can hate it, however you just cannot deny its impact. It led Roblox through its dark age of horror into one of the most bountiful genres you can think of. It literally shut down the experience games I refuse to talk about because of how terrible they are. Here is some gameplay.
Boring.
Yeah, there you go. More fun than that, right? Subscribe.